Alright, we're on hole number 8. And I have played this hole once on one of the videos, one of the qualifying holes when I played hole 6. I got this as the shootout hole, and that was the first time I played it. So I came there with the stuff that I brought to hole 6. Or excuse me, I was on hole 5. So I brought the stuff from hole 5, and that was absolutely what I needed on this hole. So I'm going to use the same thing that I used there. And what I'm trying to do, once again, par 3, you got sand, you got sand, and you got rough, So over here you're negotiating sand and rough to try and get over here where there's sand, rough. I mean, I'm not going to do that. I'm only going to look at this. I want to start on the green and stay on the green. If they took all these sand traps out of this hole, it wouldn't change my shot at all. Because I don't want those sand traps to have anything to do with my shot. So I'm going to start off on the green side, and I'm going to go right at the hole. I'm going to use a Guardian and a Titan. And we could probably use a Kingmaker to cut the wind down. It'll just depend on which way the wind's blowing. But it's not going to have to be that big of a wind adjustment because we're going to be in our minimum club. So minimum club should be 1.5 per ring. Hole number 8. We have been messing around, just trying some shots, checking out shots. At least that's the one thing about qualifying, is at least you get to look at all of the holes. You guarantee yourself to look at all the holes. So this is the second time that I've played this. But you can see on this shot right here from the front, it comes up like this, and then it rolls down really quickly. And there is a little area right where our opponent's at where it's flat. And you want to make sure that if you're aiming towards that, you've got to make good wind adjustments, because that's the only flat area out there. If you're forward of that, and if you're playing this in one-on-one, this shot here is very risky, because if you get headwind, when you're on those little hilly areas like that, it's very easy to end up short shooting it and ending up in the sand, or shooting it long and you end up on the other side of that hill and it throws the ball forward. It's always best if you've got the right, this is why I always say it's much better to play one-on-one. The Guardian may hurt you a lot in normal play, but it's an excellent club on these shootouts. Okay, we're going right at it. So we're 3.8 and we're 1.5 per ring, so that's about a ring and a half, or excuse me, 2.5 rings. And we're right at the red line. It was too late to switch it there, but I'm going to change on my notes, and I'm going to change that to a Kingmaker. And even there with the Guardian, I don't have enough backspin to get it towards the hole to get it come in, so we're going to have to move back a little bit. So I may actually have to drop to a Katana so that I'm a little bit farther back from the red line. I'm trying to start it off on that fringe area. The fringe is pretty flat, but the green, the fairway around it slopes. Yeah, we might get one of the par 3s that I think one of the other par 3s I've only played 1 or 2 times. I played for several hours and I got the same 2 holes over and over and over and over and over and over again. And if it wasn't those 2 holes, it was the same 2 Nordic Ford holes over and over and over and over again. This is another one of those holes. Same stuff. Okay, here's our maximum Saturn. I'm not going to take, I want to go straight at it. And I don't want to have to use a lot of side spin. I want to get in front of that green, that sand area, so that sand's not even in play. Yeah, we hit it great to the right. I can tell you, if you do that shot right there, and you practice that shot and pick your spot so that every time you come there you're in the same spot, and then you just make the adjustments that you want. You're starting on the other side of all these traps. See all this hillside and all those moguls, and see how this slopes down, and there's a pocket right here and all of this stuff. Take all that stuff out of play. Get in front of this rough area right here. And if you play with a Saturn, if that's one of your day-to-day clubs, and you come to this hole in one-on-one, you're going to dominate this hole. Because a lot of people, because in the tournament we always get pretty favorable wind. But when you're playing one-on-one, you don't always get favorable wind. And so some of those shots back here where you're trying to pinpoint, hit a spot in order to get over, are much harder when you've got headwind or you've got a certain side wind. But if you can start off on the green side and start off on that side and do that shot, you're gonna do very good on that hole. All right, that was hole number 8 of the Winter Major in the Rookie Division. Thanks for watching.